Hello everyone, Simplified Education welcomes you all. Today we are going to discuss the most important multiple choice questions on the types of research from the research aptitude. This is our fourth MCQ lecture of the research aptitude. This is useful for UGC NET and SET exam paper 1 unit 2. You can join our Telegram channel and Facebook page Simplified Education with the link given below into the description box. And if you understand my teaching, please subscribe my channel so that you will be notified with my upcoming videos. Let us start with the question, which is the main objective of the research? This question is asked in the year December 2013. Four objectives are given. From that we are going to identify which is the correct one. First, to review the literature. See, reviewing literature is just one step of the research. Means whenever the researcher is carrying out the process of research, he is taking the help from the other literature. But this is not the objective of the research. B, to summarize what is already done. This is also not the objective of the research. This is also one part or one step of the summarization of already done work. C, to get an academic degree. With the help of research process, the researcher is going to get the academic degree, that is correct. But this is not the main aim of the research. Or we can say the researcher is not going to perform the research just for the sake of academic degree. And D, to discuss the new facts to make the fresh of the known facts. Yes, this is the main aim of the research. Means whenever we are going to study what is the meaning of research, to find out the known things, means we are going to research the existing thing. So here also to discuss the new facts to make the fresh of the known facts. So our answer is D. Question number 2. Identify the correct sequence of the research steps. This question is asked in the September 2013. Here actually there are 8 steps of the research, but out of that only 4 steps are given and we are going to arrange it into the proper sequence. See, first A, selection of the topic, then review of literature, then data collection, and then fourth, that is interpretation of the findings. Yes, this is the correct one. Let's see the B, C and D. B, first review of literature and then selection of the topic. This is not the possible because first we are going to select the topic and after that we are going to find out the related literature. Then C, selection of the topic and after that data collection and then review of literature. This is also wrong. First there is a topic selection, after that review of literature and then data collection. And into the D1, selection of the topic, then the review of literature. These two steps are same with the A. But after that there is an interpretation of the findings and then we are going to have the data collection. This is also not possible because unless and until you are going to collect the data, analyze it, till then we cannot make the interpretation. So our correct answer is A. Question number 3. Jean Piaget gave a theory of cognitive development of the humans on the basis of his. This question is asked in the year July 2015. See, Jean Piaget developed the cognitive development theory. We all know that. But this kind of research is coming under which category, that we are going to find out. Fundamental research, applied, action, or the evaluation research. As we have studied earlier, fundamental research give rise to the formation of the theories or the laws or any kind of principles. And here also Jean Piaget developed the cognitive development theory. So this part is coming under the fundamental research. So our correct answer is A, that is fundamental research. Into the applied research and action research, we are deciding the specific problem, and in these two types we are going to perform the research work on the basis of these selection of the specific problem. So in the development of the theory, we are not going to make the analysis of the particular problem. Here just we are going to perform the research only for the knowledge sake. So this is the correct answer. Then question number 4. The researcher intends to explore the effects of the possible factors for the organization of effective midday meal interventions. Which research method will be most appropriate for this study? This question is asked in the July 2016. Here one process is given, that is the researcher wants to study the effects of some facts and which is the appropriate method that we are going to find out for his research work. See, historical method, descriptive survey method, experimental method and then ex post facto method. So, whenever the researcher is going to study the effects, when we can study the effects? When there is a occurrence of some kind of things. So, whenever there is a occurrence, after that only we are going to study the effects. And into the ex post facto research methodology, we are going to study the effects of something. So, this is the appropriate answer, that is ex post facto method. See, in the historical method, we are going to make the study of the history. So, this is not possible in this case. And into the descriptive survey method, we are going to make the survey. Means either we are going to study particular the culture or any case study. So, either it will be the ethnography or it will be a kind of case study research. But we are not going to study the effects of some possible factors. And into the experimental method, as we know, we are going to perform the particular experiment. So, here the correct answer is D, that is ex post facto method. Question number 5. Two sets are given here. In set 1, the research types are given and in set 2, the characteristics are given and we are going to match it. This question was asked into the July 2018. Let us see the set 1 research types: fundamental, applied, action and evaluative research. As we know, in the case of fundamental research, this research is carried out for the sake of knowledge and here it is a kind of qualitative analysis and we give rise to the development of the theories or the principle or the laws. Then applied and action means what? Whatever is the foundation done into the fundamental research, that can be used into the applied and we are going to solve the particular broader problem. And into the action research, this is also the one type of applied. Here we are going to select the specific problem and we are going to deal with that, that is the action research. And into the evaluative research, we are going to evaluate something. Okay, now let us see the characteristics. Find out the extent of the perceived impact of an interventions. Means here we are going to evaluate or we are going to make the analysis of the particular situation. So, this will come into the evaluative research. Okay. So, D is going for the first one. After that, developing an effective explanation through the theory building. See here, development of the theory is there. So, definitely it will come for the fundamental research. Then third one, that is improving an existing situation through the set of interventions. Means what? We are going to deal with the specific problem. So, specific problem means what? It is coming under the action research. So, third will be going for the C and after that fourth one, exploring the possibility of a theory for the use in the various situation. Means whatever the base of the fundamental research that is used for the further various situation, means we are going to apply that knowledge into the another situation. So, this is the characteristics of the applied research and all these four types or four characteristics we have matched with the four types. So, no need of the fifth one, that is enriching the technological resources. So, if we study that fundamental research, A goes for the development of the theory. So, A for the 2 and then B, that is applied for the fourth one, exploring the possibility. Then action research, that is improving an existing situation, and D, that is finding the extent of the perceived impact. So, if we see the correct answer, there is a first one. Okay. Question number 6. Which of the set of activities best indicates the cyclic nature of the action research strategy? This question is asked in the July 2018. See here, 4 steps are given, and in these 4 steps we are going to arrange it into the proper sequence. Which are the 4 steps? Reflect, observe, plan and act. Reflect means we are going to interpret the findings, that is called as the reflection, or the we can say inferences. Observation, planning, that is research design, and this is the action. So which is the first one? Unless and until we are going to have the proper plan, we cannot make the actions or the observation. So first, that is plan. After that planning, we are going to make the action. After action, we are going to make the observation, and after observations we are going to reflect something from that, means we are going to have the interpretation of that observation. So which is the correct one? See D, that is first planning is there, then action is there, then observation, and then the reflect. So our correct answer is D1. Now question number 7. Here one statement is given, quite lengthy statement is there, and we are going to identify whether this statement is true, false or undefined. Okay. This statement is regarding the post-positivism. Okay. See, post-positivism considers the qualitative and quantitative. Yes, this is the correct one, because in the positivism it was only related with the scientific approach, means whichever things are happening, if we can justify it on the basis of scientific proof, then only that will be accepted, otherwise straight away rejected. Means it was a quantitative type of research, but into the post positivism it considers qualitative also. So post positivism includes qualitative and quantitative. Next, it also states that not necessarily all the scientific results are correct, means there can be the mistake into the experiments also, there can be the mistake into the scientific results also, and sometimes the intuitions and beliefs, means we can say our gut feeling or our sixth sense, that is the natural science, also be correct over the scientific methods. Means sometimes our natural science can overcome the real science. Our sixth sense, our beliefs or our intuitions can overcome the scientific methods. Yes, this was the characteristic feature of the post-positivism. So this statement is 100% true. So our correct answer is C. Question number 8. In which of the following activities potential of nurturing creative and critical thinking is relatively greater? This question is asked in the July 2018. Means 4 activities are given, and from that 4 activities we are going to find out in which activity there is a more possibility of creative and critical thinking. Means which activity supports the innovations, ideas. A. Preparing the research summary. This is very regular or the routine work. Means whatever we have done, we are going to summarize it. So it is a simple comparison process, we can say. So no creativity is involved in this. Then B. Presenting a seminar paper. This is also the routine work. Creativity is not involved in this. Then participation in the workshop. See, whenever we are participating in a workshop, what is the purpose? We are going to learn some kind of skills. So we are going to learn the skill, but we are not going to create the idea. So here also critical thinking or the creativity is not involved. D, that is participation in the research conference. Yes, this is the correct platform. Means whenever we are going to participate in the research conference, we are going to have the exchange of ideas with the different researcher. So this can lead to the creative or the critical thinking. We can get the new ideas or the innovation from the research conference. So D is the correct answer. Then question number 9. Dash research consists of surveys and fact-finding inquiries of the different types. See, whenever we are going to say that survey is there or the fact-finding is there, means we are going to describe some kind of situation. Either we are going to describe particular case study or the culture or any kind of society, but we are going to make the description of the situation. So which type of study is there? Either it is descriptive, analytical, conceptual, or the empirical. As we know that this is coming under the descriptive type of research. In the case of analytical or the conceptual, in the conceptual we are going to explore the ideas, so there is no survey. Or in the case of analytical or the empirical, in the case of empirical only we are going to deal with the numbers, and here we are going to make the complete analysis. So descriptive is the correct research type for the surveys and the fact finding. Now question number 10. Which of the following would be considered as the secondary data collecting method? As we know that there are two methods of the collection of data, that is primary and secondary. In the primary, we can say this is the first hand information, means the researcher is going to collect the information by himself only. And into the secondary data collection, what is the situation? Means the data is already collected by some other person for the another purpose only, and it is relevant to our research. That's why the researcher is going to go through that data. That is called as the secondary data collecting method. So out of that, review of literature, questionnaire, observation, and interview. See, if we see questionnaire, observation, and interview, it is coming under the primary data collecting method, because the researcher can collect these kind of information directly with the help of questionnaire, observation, or the interview. But in the case of review of literature means what? That literature is already done by the another author and it is relevant to our topic. That's why we are taking the help of that literature. Means just we are going through that literature. That is called as the review of literature. So this is coming under the secondary data collecting method. So our correct answer is A, that is review of literature. So in this way we have solved the 10 questions based on the various types and the steps of the research. I hope you have collected. Into the comment box you are going to tell me how many questions out of 10 you are getting corrected. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions you can ask me into the comment box. In the next video we will be discussing the MCQs on the research aptitude in the miscellaneous way. Up till now we were dealing with the specific topic. After that we will do the all topics together. Okay. Till then stay with us.